Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 11:11 a.m. Fireside Chat. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday, June the 9th, 2021. And this is a very special day today, as it is the first monthly broadcast dedicated to astronomy lovers. And I happen to have one special one joining me today, Miss Margaret Riggs. And of course, we recognize that we live in such a beautiful place. Richfield is a beautiful place located here in the mountains. And the sky provides the perfect backdrop for all of us to marvel at the moon, the stars, and the sky's creations. So Margaret here is a former science teacher. She is a resident of the Lake Estates Cottages, been here for about 2.5 years, and she is passionate about the environment that includes right here on Earth and in space. Margaret is an environmentalist, a dedicated recycler, conservationist, preservationist, and stargazer, as am I. So we love to watch all that goes on in the night sky. So we thought that there might be others among us that like to visit these faraway galaxies and reach for the stars. So the Stargazer, the Star Watcher group has been formed to appeal to that side of us. And Margaret and I were just discussing how astronomy just allows us to understand that there are things greater than what we can see, feel, and observe, so with the naked eye. So we just think it's such an opportunity to really explore the unknown. And lots of us don't invite the unknown into our lives. So this is an opportunity to do just that. So welcome, Margaret. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I just appreciate you sharing this wonderful interest with the community so that we can start to enjoy the beauty that is right here among us. So thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yes, I just appreciate Margaret and all that she contributes to the campus and to engagement. And I just had a few questions for you with regard to the Stargazers, the Star Watchers group. And the first question is to give us a preview of what seasonal triangles are among us right now and what's upcoming.
Right now, there are several triangles. The spring triangle and the summer triangle, I believe, are both visible right now. These triangles, which go with the seasons, are dedicated to giving you sort of a map. They're almost like a GPS. You can locate them quite easily during the appropriate season. And from that, you can find other constellations, other stars, and whatever you might be looking for. So right now, we're sort of between seasons, and both of them should be visible.
Wonderful. And so therefore, it behooves us to kind of know the positioning of things based on the seasons and based on other cosmic elements that may be contributing. So that's one of the things that we'll be exploring, where we are situated cosmically. Therefore, what are we close to? What things can we view with a telescope or with other tools in which... Binoculars. And Margaret has brought one of her tools along today to share with us, since I mentioned tools. So would you like to tell us about that?
This is called a stellar scope. It's hard to handle with one hand, but it allows you to focus. As you look through and bring it into focus, you see a map of what's in the sky. Around the edges, you set it based on the day of which is. I've already put the parts in so that it's set for the the latitude and the northern hemisphere that we are located in. So what makes this so easy to use, you look in it, set for a particular date, you see what the sky looks like along with the names of the stars.
Ooh.
It shows you where the Milky Way is, and you pull this away from your eyes, look up, and you're seeing the same thing.
Hmm.
So you can see it in real time as opposed to on a screen.
Wow. And so that's another objective of this group, is to kind of come together with your various accoutrements.
Yeah.
if
It makes
you
it a
would.
lot easier to find things.
Indeed, indeed. We've heard from one resident who has a high-powered telescope, and we're sure that there are other resources available, so that, once again, this is an opportunity for those who have an interest in astronomy to continue to explore, and those who don't necessarily have an ongoing interest, but enjoy when they hear a certain eclipse is happening on the news, or certain weather events are happening that might be fueled by cosmic events. This is a great time for us all to enjoy what's going on in our world.
We have very recently had a partial solar eclipse and a partial lunar eclipse, both within the last couple of weeks. Lunar eclipse was clouded out.
Yeah.
Well, both Vickie and I tried to view it independently and were not successful.
There was a big cloud that loomed and did not move, right?
Pretty much. And the solar eclipse, to my way of thinking, it was just too small. There was not enough to warrant getting up at that time to view it.
Well, Margaret has shared things with me. We've talked about this for some time, starting this group, and just there are simple things such as how dark it has to be to view certain things, and when the sunlight is a beneficial element. All kinds of things that some of us lay people would not know, but we're still interested in seeing and observing and learning. So Margaret has been a wonderful resource in that respect. Now, I had another question, and that is, what times of the year are most active cosmically?
It varies. It could be all year, depending on what you're looking for. Right now, the Earth has come around the sun to the point where Jupiter and Saturn are both coming into view.
Ooh.
That's one of my goals. I do have a telescope. I used to have one of the really, really big ones. It became too much to handle.
Right.
So it now resides with my son, and I invested in what I call a tabletop model. Much easier to deal with, to transport, to set up, etc. I would like to, at an appropriate time, bring in Saturn and look at the rings. Now, I've seen the rings of Saturn, but it was a long time ago. I would love to try that again. And since Jupiter is fairly close to Saturn, it'd be nice to see if the red spot would come into focus.
Wow.
There's meteor showers throughout the year. Some are better than the others. The one in August is particularly good to view. But again, a lot depends on the weather. It depends on the moon cycle, too. If the moon is up, it's very difficult to see a lot of the meteors. The other downside to that is that Most of the meteor showers are best viewed after midnight. Now, I have been known to call transportation to get a ride down to the pavilion to look at a meteor shower. So it's not out of the question. It just depends on where your priorities are.
Wow. And you know, it would be so much fun to have a few friends join you in enjoying that experience of an event that is worthy of a midnight run. So, and there are many that are. I mean, the spectacular brilliance of these events really can change life almost. And Margaret and I were talking about a spiritual aspect to sky watching. It really does put you in touch with things that help us to see our own humanity and other aspects. So it would be wonderful to have like-minded individuals share in that experience. And so, to give you a little information on how we would like to proceed with our Stargazers group, that would include a broadcast right here on the 11:11 a.m. Fireside Chat every second Wednesday of each month. And we would discuss upcoming events that would be worth our viewing, and talking about other information that is to be shared. Oh gosh, Margaret has all kinds of information that tells us about historical events and, things to look forward to, all of that great information. So every second Wednesday right here on the 11:11 Fireside Chat will be our astronomy lovers broadcast. Now, on the second Wednesday as well at 12 noon, therefore after the broadcast, there will be a meeting here in the Roost 52 right here at the town center of those interested parties to meet up, to talk and discuss things that you'd like to cover in the future. If there are times in which you would like to meet up to do some gazing under the stars, all of those kinds of things will be discussed, planned, and pursued with the group. So the second Wednesday in the month will be all things astronomy. And so you tune right in with us here, Margaret and I, on the second Wednesday here on the Fireside Chat. And then thereafter, we will meet with you in the Roost 52 at 12 noon. And therefore, we can, of course, really get prepared for those active seasons so that we can, we'll be ready and have our trips planned and all of the things that come along with it, to see meteor showers, blood moon, all those good stuff, all those good things, all that good stuff. So we just look forward to, once again, not only touching upon the well power principle, dealing with the environment and intellectual well power elements, even emotional well power elements. It's not only a time for us to do that, but it is also a time for us to share our knowledge, share our experiences, and what we'd like to see happen as we proceed with the class, and just sharing this common interest together. And that's, of course, the goal. We would love to have something for everyone. And right here with the Astronomy Club is a great opportunity for us to do just that. So stay tuned. The first meeting will be on July the 14th. That would be the second Wednesday in July the 14th. Join us right here at 11:11 for the broadcast, and then 12 noon right here in the Roost 52 for a meeting. And I just want to once again thank Margaret so much for once again spearheading this effort and endeavor and sharing your knowledge, your energy, and your wisdom and your cool, neat things that go along with
show
it.
and tell.
Her show and tell items. And we certainly do appreciate your effort to get this endeavor going. So thank you for joining me today, and we look
You're
forward to great things ahead.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And I do have a quote, of course, aptly, aptly dealing with space. And it is a quote from The Jar of Awesomeness by Plato. And it states, "It is clear to everyone that astronomy at all events compels the soul to look upward and draws it from the things of this world to another world." So we can, by just exploring outside of ourselves, greater things than ourselves. And that is a humbling place to leave us today. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we look forward to continuing the astronomy lovers and gazers group, and we look forward to great things happening and seeing some wonderful scenery in the meantime. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Margaret, and we'll look forward to future endeavors together. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Lodges, lake views, and sunrooms, the Lake Estates are